Welcome to the October 3rd, 2022 meeting of the Rotary Club of Raleigh. I'm Tom Hacker, State President. This is the first quarter, and welcome everybody here and on Zoom. It's great to have you here. We have a packed program today, and so why don't we start off though, as usual, to center ourselves. First of all, with an indication and then what? Thank you all for being here today. Glad to have you. Bow your heads. We'll offer an invocation. Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us all here together. Thank you for giving us a place to gather and for keeping us safe in the recent storms. Our concerns, prayers, and hearts go out to all the people that were impacted in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and everywhere else. We pray that Rotary would be an arm that goes to serve those people and that is in the middle of all the restorations that must happen over the months to come and not just in the day or two following the disaster. We thank you for this club, for the work that it does, for the money that it contributes, and for the hearts here that serve. We ask all this. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Rise for the pledge. We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, beautiful for shades, the skies for and the waves of grain, for purple mountains and the sea, See to shining sea. Already, they are right. That's go. They by the way, I tried to step on it. There's anybody on it. They can hear me singing. All these things, you know, so I really for this. Everybody is doing well and commenting. I hope everybody survived the storm. Not too many downstream or branches, wherever you may be. A couple things. Today was a slew social media advertising. We'll get to later about our upcoming fundraiser. So check us. The comment on Facebook, LinkedIn. And once we skip right ahead, and actually also don't forget about the red buckets on your table. For those of you who are guests, we put in change, dollar bills, etc. into the red bucket for the dimension line of North Carolina, and it's a small amount that adds up over the years. So thank you. We're honored to have some guests here today, a couple returning, some new ones. Linda, you want to help me with that? I would suggest if you could come up and just introduce yourself, name, who you are, what you do briefly, so that people on Zoom can hear you as well. We can pick up so there's across the room. Okay, come on up again and remind who you are.
Richard Johnson, now I'm a former lieutenant in Newport News, also in the Eastern Shore of Maryland. for the president for a year or so. Glad to be here.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Thanks for coming back. And, again, Mike, would you like to, reacquaint people with for, Sure.
Good afternoon, everyone. Miles Walton, a lawyer downtown at Anderson, Sam Carvia, Kurt Warner, and Jim Dorset, Mr. Fuller, and probably some other folks that you know. Richard from Greenville, North Carolina, went to Campbell undergrad, Campbell Law School, been practicing for 4 years now. Here we are. Last time we gave a longer spiel, I'm sure this.
Perfect. Thank you.
If you weren't here last time, we missed. Sorry.
And, I thought it was Shanghai on, this morning on the way here by some folks who were at a visit there, so. Everything.
Next to Tom, would you like to come on and introduce yourself?
And you want to come up and introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Adam Dupuy. Some of you guys may know me from Sandler Raleigh, formerly Sandler Training. We focus on reception for people's business through right person, right seat, and driving performance to their citizens.
And then also Tom Bolton, that's the baby.
Computer, yes, get it up here, so, okay, I'm doing some details. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is great. This is like crowd. Let me introduce my colleague, Miguel, Raleigh native. She's on the commercial banking, lending team with me at First Bank. Amazing lady, and she wanted to come check out Rotary today. So don't y'all scare her. Thanks. Also, the monopoly money is didn't bring going to town and fire them out there. Also, every week, Linda sends out an e-bike. I know we're all inundated by very kinds of email and whatnot, but it's an e-bike to RSVP to respond to play to if they're coming to the meeting or not. But it's important that you respond to that because we have to get a head count to the restaurant. So if you could respond, just take a second that you're coming, Linda and Grady and Cindy. Appreciate that. If you look at the bulletin today, that came out, the point was again that you're never a stranger around the world if you're in Rotary. Our own Richard Watkins was in Houston recently. They went to the Rotary Club of the Space Center, club, in Houston, and welcome. They gave the banner, so you're always welcome to lunch or interrotary homes around the world. So that's a special part about our club. So keep that in mind. Upcoming meetings, no meeting next Monday because it's Columbus Day, and then you can see an interesting talk on Gettysburg at the Open Cemetery. After that, the Art Museum on the 24th, and again, encourage you to bring a friend, partner, spouse to that meeting. It's fun, soft side at the museum. And then at the end of the month, we'll have really forward for Braver Angels, who is established a partnership with Rotary, and we'll talk about how we can talk about ourselves to find whether we're red, blue, purple, or whatever about politics, and shake hands afterwards. So that's interesting. So now we come up to time.
I love the weekly practice now. Good work. Good work. We got a great nosy neighbor today with a face that you guys may recognize. So his name is Eric Larson. We got that guy around here someplace. Come on up, Eric.
You guys may know Eric, he is, he's gonna be president of this club one day, at least we're told, right after his daughter was having a problem progression. Right. Great. So that being said, Eric, why don't you tell us a little bit about, yourself and what you do for a living? And if you want, a little bit about your role at the club, and then we'll go to your questions.
All right, well, Eric Larson, I live out in rural North Carolina, Wayne County, between Rollville and Zebulon, live on a working horse farm that Carrie and her husband run for us. And I describe myself as a Republican IBM executive. So I took early retirement from IBM a few years ago. Mostly what I do nowadays is executive coaching. I have some other entrepreneurial things that I do. I work as a manager director of a software company and some other firms. But I love the idea of the executive coaching, passing on to the next generation of leaders, what I love.
Awesome, thank you, Eric. And Eric had a chance to review his questions ahead of time, but do you remember what they are?
I know what I want to say.
Let's start there.
So the first was something about a family experience, the second about a work experience.
There we are.
A memorable family experience is on a trip I took several years ago to Alaska to spend with Carrie and her fiance at that time. And during that trip, Carrie and I went to a place called Rent a Wreck. That was the name of the enterprise, and we rented a car. It had two important features. It had an extra spare tire and CD radio, because we went out on the Dalton Highway, otherwise known as the Ice Road Truckers Road. And we drove that road. The first sign on the road says warning, no service available for the next 360 miles. And so we drove that. We drove all the way north of the Arctic Circle and got pictures to prove it, and then came back all the time dodging trucks that were hauling heavy equipment up to the oil fields up north of there at the very north part of Alaska. So that's a great family memory. Terry created a book for me to remember that. As far as work experience, there's two best days in my work, and both actually happened. The first day is June 6th, 1979. I was at IBM, and around the corner came a brand new employee. It was her first day at work. Her name is Jamie. 10 months and 1 day later, we were married. So that's when I decided I needed to be there. And the other is when I was in the executive ranks at IBM, and said, would you like to have an executive coach? And I said, I don't know what that is, but it sounded kind of cool. So I got the coach. After 1 year with the coach, I said, this is the most useful thing I've ever been involved in. How do I become a coach? I was in the process of becoming a coach, and he was coaching internally. Now I do it externally in the clients. A master coach is considered somebody who has 2,000 hours or more of coaching directly with clients. I'm closing in on 3,000 hours. And I've coached now on every continent in the world except for Antarctica. So still looking for somebody. That's my background.
Guys, you guys give a round of applause for Eric Larson. In Antarctica, he's your guy. We're just the crap.
One more, we can really get. Thank you.
I know.
Hi, Jennifer, nice to meet you all. I came a couple weeks ago. I was small business owner and happy to be here again. I think I first met, I came with Eric and Tiffany. Yeah, so I'm just returning. Wanted to get to know them.
Well, last Thursday, these 5 wild and crazy guys have great service social on top of the Lord, continuing our great service social, and we collected lots of snacks for cool kids. So good time to have it all. It's a nice spot. And with that, we'll bring up Harrison, our membership.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see everybody on this overall beauty Monday. I was out of the country last week, and I promise you, I will not be bolting out of here midway through, like 2 weeks ago. We had a little emergency with my daughter. But I just want to say, before jumping into our first reading and our induction, I just want to say how blessed I am to be able to serve in alongside these members of the people. My wife and I, we have lost 2 friends in the past 2 months of cancer. People not even in their 30s yet. It's just a reminder to me how blessed we are for every day we have. And we don't say how much we appreciate each other enough. So I appreciate every single one of you guys into it and trying to live a life of service above self for our community. So thank you all. So with that, we're going to do a first reading today with Leslie Oliver here. She's come and visited. She's a current Rotarian. Leslie Oliver joined the Rise in Hunger team in January of 2022 as the National Director of Development in Raleigh, managing a team of 7 fundraisers across the U.S. Prior to that, she served in the Center for Transforming Lives as the Chief Philanthropy Officer in Fort Worth for years. Her leadership also includes 5 years as President and CEO of Fort Worth Library Foundation and 10 years at Massachusetts General Hospital in various roles leading up to Senior Director of Donor Services, where she oversaw a large donor service team working in aspects of development. She did say that she's an avid college basketball fan. She did go to Indiana University, and she did not be persuaded on cheering on any local teams. Y'all make mistakes, okay? She, her and her husband, Jimmy, have 2 grown children and 2 grandchildren and 1 child. So we're looking forward to it. She should be here at our next meeting after the holiday. So looking forward to having her as a typical member of Rotary. Next, we actually have an induction today. So, can I use that John Newby, as well as Charlie Shaw. Thank you for being here today. Today we have the honor of inducting John Newby into the Rotary Club of Raleigh. John's membership application has been reviewed and approved in accordance with our club constitution and bylaws. We will now go ahead and proceed and induct you into membership of the Rotary Club of Raleigh and Rotary throughout the world. We do have a few questions for you to answer. I do too. So number 1.
Will you join us as we strive to live a life of service of ourselves?
I will. John, will you join us in our activity for service projects, fundraising activities, and support of our community?
I will.
And will you join us in supporting Rotary's efforts worldwide, which focus on these 7 areas: promoting peace, disease prevention, providing clean water and sanitation, maternal and child health, basic educational literacy, economic and community development, protecting the environment?
I will.
And fellow Rotarians, as always, will you join me in fostering and supporting John as he joins us in pursuing adding value to our community through service of self? If so, please say I will.
I will.
Now with that, Charlie, I would ask you to provide John Rotary pin to wear with pride. Don't hold back. Everybody, please welcome John.
Getting here on football squad, looking up.
Yeah,
we thought it easy, I think we're good. Right, how do we start?
I got
Next, we have a special treat for everybody. Not just because we're required to do it once a year, but because we do want to hear from Charlie Davis, our treasurer, to give a report on the financial condition of the club. I served as treasurer for 3 years before Charlie,
And like I said, Charlie has just done a bang-up job of being diligent, keeping our finances in order, keeping us informed. So please listen to Charlie as he talks about how we're doing financially. Everybody's where we are. Thanks, Tom. Hope everyone's doing okay today. So we're doing okay financially. We have about $11,000, which is an okay cash reserve. However, we have about $8,000 invoices that are 60 days or more past due. So if you have been reached out to by Linda or myself about your invoice, please pay it. $11,000 is an okay reserve. We just sent out invoices for October, and that's about $20,000 right now. Our checking account will grow very quickly over the next couple of weeks. But we spend over $1,000 a week at these meetings to pay for the bills that we have. So, $11,000 does not last that terribly long. Please pay your invoices, pay them when you get them. If you haven't had to, please pay those as well. If you have any issues with it, please reach out to Linda or myself. We can figure out a way to how we but we really do need to make sure that invoices paid on time so that we don't have to raise dues going forward. I think we've raised dues in a while, and we'd like to keep it that way. So please pay your invoices. The foundation has about $550,000 in it right now. It was a lot higher. The market's not been very favorable to any of us, I think. But it's still doing a great job during a lot of income that we give out each year. There are local charities. We still have about $10,000 of income this year that designate before the end of our fiscal year, which is 2/30, to benefit local charities and some international efforts as well. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Please pay your
Briefly on service. Second one there was go over what we have on tap. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. October 15th, we've got the mighty doubleheader service project. First project is the Step Up Ministry. The Step Up Ministry has their administrative office on Overland. It's this old home, and we're going to be doing some touch-up work to the home, some power washing and painting, gardening. So if you're a painter, you're a gardener. If you find yourself at a Home Depot or a Lowe's on Saturday morning, this is your kind of project. Our next project, the other project is Dorothy Dix. Will be at the fall local. So we're looking for volunteers to do a number of different things. Basically helping out some of the booths there. So there are about 30 slots available for this one, for the Dorothy Dix, and we still have about 5 spots for the Step Up. And again, on Step Up, if you're a handy person, we really do appreciate your help on this. And if any Rotarian has to have a power washer, please connect with me. I have a neighbor who has one, but if I'd rather use it within the club. So again, anyone that's handy, we really could use you on this project, and I appreciate it all. Thank you. Thank you. So, Mary, and/or Lucy, want to say a couple words about our upcoming fundraiser. Okay, so we have just over 3 weeks left until our fundraiser. I was supposed to be here earlier to get updated on what we had donated, but what we're really looking forward for from all of you is a couple of volunteers to help out with the silent auction. Also, just meet and greet with these young executives and young professionals. That's one of the big pillars of this fundraiser, fundraising money and getting young executives and young professionals interested in Rotary. And then also we have a couple of others.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's an honor to be able to work with him. It's been great. If you haven't met him yet, please do. So our fundraiser is going to be October 27th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the City Club, so right across the street. It is being granted, of course, Rotary Club of Raleigh fundraiser benefiting our club. So great segue from Charlie. Thank you for your presentation. That's gonna help out our club. Also, in polio, Rotary International Initiative and Gift of Life International. So those three great causes, on your table, what we're really looking for at the moment are some donations for a silent auction. So there should be two sheets on your table. What you see on the donations one are what has been donated thus far. So there are some needs and ideas up above. If you can think of anything else, that would be a great silent auction item, please. Fill in your name at the front and back. So I thought there was even that. Just fill in your name and contact info, and I will get up with you this week about that. Also, there is a sponsorship opportunity. So that's the other sheet on the table. Sponsorships are $300 each and will include your business and business information being plastered across the internet. Tom did some of that social media outreach this morning, so it'll follow along with that. Plus, it will be promoted on our website. So if you'd like to do that, please put your name, business, whatever, and also your email and phone, and I will get out with you on the details. We're also looking for some bodies to help out with the event movement to on October 27th and before. Also around until about 2 p.m. today after the meeting, if you guys want to come up and chat on that later. So really important for our club. It's going to be a great event. Everybody, please try to make it. And we're also going to promote it to some young professionals, the Davis City Club, Young Professionals Network. So hopefully get some more interest in the program. Thank you, guys.
Great, thanks. Carrie and Eric will not only be here at 2 p.m., they will be at the door looking inward. So don't get that. You're going to approve them and commit to donation or working responsibility.
At least one day on both feet.
Right. Moving on to birthdays. Carrie has an upcoming birthday this week. And a new member, Alfredo, traveling around the world has a birthday, and Mark Hackett, who may be on Zoom today. Mark, happy birthday coming up. And then anniversaries, Brian Meredith Robbins, Richard and Sherry Watkins, John and Megan Ulrich, and then Harrison Master Turner has an anniversary coming up. Congratulations. And that brings us to our speaker today. And we're pleased to have today as a speaker Miguel Antonio Cuesta Zarco, who actually called Antonio Cuesta. And by way of formal introduction, Antonio was a clear member of the Mexican Foreign Service, had been since 1992. And during his period in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Minister Cuesta had spent time in Mexico City for 5 years, and then was also assigned to the Department of Environmental and Global Affairs in Mexico. But abroad, he's also been assigned as Deputy Chief of Mission to the Mexican embassies in Kenya, Israel, Morocco, and New Zealand until 2015. And then most recently, he has served as Deputy Consul General to the Mexican consulates in Chicago until last year. And since last year, he's been serving as the Deputy Consul General for the Mexican consulate here in Raleigh. Así que bienvenido a este control general Cuesta al pueblo cálido de Raleigh. Por favor.
Thank you very much, Tom, on behalf of the Consul General and the Consul General. Thank you very much. It's a real privilege to be in front of culture and big English. I tried to prepare a presentation for you, interesting to know what's going on here in this conference.
So it's the down arrow on the clicker. It's a little back.
The the general conflict of Mexico Healing Valley was established in 2000. It's a generally new conflict. If we consider other conflicts in Mexico, in the United States, for instance, Chicago, British Parliament was opened in 1884. New York, more or less, in the same time in the 19th century, San Francisco. But this is only because we have only 20. Our jurisdiction goes to North and South Carolina. Covered two different states. Of course, we have divided in some departments with our document, section, we have first in the first cultural, political, economic. The cultural relations are not an art issue. Cultural relations all around the world are related by international law. In this case, within a convention, in cultural relations, enforced in 1953, ratified by 182 states, including Mexico and the United States. This convention established the principles that will govern cultural policy. So we work here under very strict laws, very strict rules. Diplomatic immunity doesn't mean impunity. So this is an example of the distribution of the 50 countries we have. Mexico has all around the United States, and what we have only one country in Puerto Rico, so 51. The majority of Mexican companies are located in California and Texas, because the next time of the next time huge, large. But here we have only one country called North and South Carolina, which is a very challenging goal. Why? Because Mexican population and Hispanic population in general is growing very fast in both states. So, for instance, it's not that information is not here. The ship started in 1990 in North Carolina. There were only 75,000 families. By 2010, the population grew 800,000. Now, according to the census 2020, there are 1.2 million of Hispanic population in North Carolina. Most of them in Mexico. South Carolina is not more or less the same. We have now 353,000 population of Hispanic population. Most of them. So that's why we need to provide customer service and growing Mexican population involved. So this growth is not at all in California and Texas. It's a new migration. And why do people immigrating here? Because economy in North Carolina is growing. So there is a link always between immigration and economic. We have our offices are located 10 minutes from here in Garden Road. But these headquarters are not enough to provide service. Imagine that people Mexican living in North Charleston or Blockton, they have to drive 5 or 6 hours to come to for a time. But that's why we have to we have some modalities to provide for to provide units. So we have provide confidence whole weekend, every month. We travel all of to North Carolina and South Carolina. And approximately this office is moving all around the two states during the whole year. We open also Saturday and Sunday. By the way, I have to go yesterday. That's the only way to tackle our customer services to our population in North Carolina. This is the amount of people we serve there, between 350 and 400 persons. That's before the pandemic, we had the capacity to receive about around 500 persons in the company. And the company this amount of persons reduced because of the pandemic, we are growing. So, a consulate provides what I say is a traditional consular service. What traditional consular services? We provide documents, we issue passports, we issue consular ID, which is power of attorney, certificate of birth, it is normal protection. But now we have also protection, we provide protection, legal protection. So there are, for our community has and our mission. That's why we have to provide non-traditional services for the community. And these are the non-traditional community services. Education, culture, health, economic development, leadership training, and community empowerment. Let's begin with the traditional services. We provide passports. I'm going to tell you that we provide the passport. We issue the passport in 1 day. If someone, if America comes from lockdown, they will get the passport same day. And the passport is a large generation passport with high security measures. So there is no difference between the Mexican passport and the other passport. This is an example of our passport. The new electronic passport, the American exclusive of the American passport. This design means it is electronic. It's temporary. The security measures that every TSA in Zarco checks. We also provide a social ID. The difference with the first passport and travel document, this is not a travel document, it's an identification document. But the difference is that this document also with very information includes the address of the name. So with that ID is very useful for authorities, local authorities, because if someone is driving without license, we can show his consular ID, and the police will know that where to live, the person lives, and he is or she is living in the local license. There is a third document we provide, well, we not provide, we on the process document is the Mexican photo ID card. So the Mexican has the right now to vote after in abroad. So we process the card the Mexican electoral authority who decide if they will issue or not the voter ID card. They will send it to the Mexican abroad by mail. It's not the consulate does not issue the voter ID card. It's another authority, we only process this one. So, consular protection is also a responsibility of every consulate. So, the same responsibility as America. American consulate in Mexico. Every consulate has the right, the responsibility to protect the population of the Russian. In this case, we have some very important programs to help our community and here, for instance, the evacuation event. I will stop here because for many Mexicans, it's very important that they die. We help the relatives to evacuate the events. We have some agreements with funerals. They are experts in sending back the event to Mexico. So we provide some economic help if needed by the Mexican, but that's a very sensitive issue. Also, we provide this kind of orientation. We work very closely with because in case of Mexican interest in jail, the police have to notify. So and go to the jail, see what's going on with the person, check the body has been inspected. To receive assistance from the consulate, the person has to be Mexican, they have to request the assistance, they know sometimes they don't want assistance. And all everything has to be done within the law. So everything has to be done according to the law. This is also my notification I was talking about when Mexican police state Mexican, they have to notify the government about this. We work also with some attorneys in South Carolina, in North and South Carolina, also attorneys, and also especially also in South. So these attorneys provide services to the Mexican population in they are not really have to pay for it, but they know very well how to be going forward. This is a very important information because, for instance, we also provide protection on this kind of work. Temporary farm workers, they have their family, you are familiar with this. Every year, more than 30,000 farm workers come from Mexico, North and South Carolina. 23,000 in 2021, 23,000 to North Carolina, and 6,000 to South Carolina. They use a temporary work visa provided by the American government in Mexico, and they continue to work in the farm. North Carolina is now proposed to make the same kind of approaches to the United States, just below California, Florida, and so. So that's the work of this temporary farm workers is very important for the state of North Carolina. We also like informing about the rights, also the contribution. We talk with them about the contribution to the economy, community that they are now doing actual work. So this now is the part of the non-traditional services. Services for what we call community services, community programs that have two main functions. The first one is the integration. We help our community to integrate to the country they decide to live. Very important to them to know how to be integrated. And the second one is to keep the link with the country, with the Mexico. So we have three main programs in the country, not the country of the United States. In this in this community program. Education and orientation, financial orientation, and health orientation. In the case of education, we provide the community information and orientation on how to navigate the education and the youth education system. It's not nothing. So they want to know how to register the song in the school, how to get to study in university. So we provide an orientation about how to navigate in the youth education. And we have some programs for activities, for instance, adult education, scholarship with the help of some partners, in particular in college. And we also enhance the population to continue reading the time to keep the bilingual and bicultural character. In the case of health, it's also very important for us to keep health in our community. Many of them don't have insurance. It's very difficult medical services. So we refer these vulnerable populations to low cost clinics and non-profit organizations. These non-profit organizations have resources for preventing and to care for the community. So in the case, this is very important for instance, during the pandemic, the company health has a form of vaccination and testing also. And still, they are still enjoying their the authorities of health in North Carolina to provide testing, test vaccination, test the COVID, and well as no, sorry. And this is also very interesting process. We provide financial orientation to our community. Because sometimes they are new in the country, they don't know how to open a bank account. So we have to help these single things for us, they can have no pay. It's very important for us also to let the institution of how to pay taxes in this country. So how to get a loan, how to get a credit. So educational or financial orientation is also a very important way to integrate it in the society. We also have to promote Mexican culture. It's part of it. So recently we celebrated Mexican National Day here in this park, and soon we will be celebrating the day of the dead, which is a very important celebration. In the culture, we also have a section in charge of cooperating with the government chief of police and different members is our section of political affairs. So for us, it's very important to have a good relationship with authorities, with part of the job to promote the understanding between the two people in the state, the people of Mexico and the people of North Carolina. That's why it's for us very important to have a very good relationship with mayors and local. And this information perhaps would be interesting for you because you are a business person. We have also the Department of Trade, promote trade and commerce in Mexico and North Carolina. It's very important because we get companies from the Carolinas that are looking for opportunities in Mexico, and Mexican companies that are looking for opportunities in North Carolina. So we promote facility business in many places to Mexico. These are examples of how important it is. Trade relations between the two countries. In this case, North Carolina and Mexico. North Carolina trade with Mexico is greater than its trade with South and Central America. This is thanks to the commercial agreement we have with the States, Canada. So, the total trade in 2021 is $2.8 billion. This is South Carolina, this is North Carolina. And with South Carolina is the amount is red. The total trade is 2021, $7.4 billion. So still, the total trade with Mexico and South Carolina was greater than the trade of South Carolina and with South and Central. It's our trade relation, the trade relation between Mexico and South Carolina. And this is part of our job in our office of trade and commerce and trade. For instance, from at the end, almost at the end of this month, mission from the Latin Initiative of the North Carolina Coalition for Global Competitiveness will be visiting Mexico City, Jerusalem, and Guanajuato. Okay, so we travel group, and they will go in one of our offices in Zarco. And from Mexico to North Carolina, from October 22 to 22nd, we will have a mission coming here to the High Court Bar. And in November, we have also a business people from Mexico, mission business people from Mexico, who will come here to visit the research triangle in North Carolina. So if you are interested in contact with our office of the political and economic affairs, here are the telephone numbers and the email file. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions of anybody else? Of our speaker today. Yes, Kurt.
Seems like a whole lot of folks in North Carolina and not submitting in South Carolina. Is that just because of the agricultural base, or why do we have such a discrepancy in numbers?
And then presume, Kurt is asking, why, apparently some of the more, Mexican workers or people in North Carolina compared to South Carolina.
Well, it depends on the, in my view, it depends on the size of the economy. The size of the economy in North Carolina is bigger than South Carolina. So that's why the demand of temporary farm workers here in North Carolina is bigger than South Carolina.
Gary.
How many people work at the consulate in Raleigh?
Well, around 50, 9 of them are diplomats. The rest are local staff. Not only Mexicans, we have some staff from South America. And some of them are Mexican or Mexican.
You've been in Raleigh now for about a year. How are you enjoying it here compared to, say, New Zealand, Morocco, Israel?
Well, every place in the world that I have is unique. I can tell you that in my experience, for instance, Israel is a bit like a business, because Israel is a place that touched.
Israel.
talk about the Muslim, Catholic, that's not very much. If you tell me about the diet of the city, I love in Chicago. But in terms about a city in the middle of the nature, in the middle of the forest, is Raleigh.
Very good. Well, we wanted to give you a token of our appreciation for being with us, taking the time away from your busy duties to do so. So thank you very much. All right. That's anybody had anything else? Remember, please, to don't think so quickly, see Gary and Eric before you leave, fill out the donation and sponsor forms that you have on your table. But before we ring the bell, let's all stand up to the photo session. Yes. Of the things you say,
Figured all concerned.
beneficial to all concerned. Very good. Thank you.